All right. So, Andy, why don't you give a little bit of an introduction, who you're here with, and what you're all about?
Yeah, Andy Hutchinson. I am a solution architect at Databricks, and I support the financial services vertical as well as the cyber SME.
That's awesome. So, being involved with that side of things. So, is it right for me to say you're more involved with the sales side of how things go?
Yes, but at the same time, I have to make sure that our sales reps guide the customer in the right technical direction, and they're not promising things that we can't deliver on the technical side. So while day to day, I spend a lot of time with sales folk, when I'm working directly with customers, it's mostly technical engineers, directors, things like that. And then in the cyberspace, it's directors up all the way up to the CISO.
So from a Databricks side, give me a little insight. Being from Databricks, it's something I haven't heard of before. It's a new company to me. Give me a little insight on how they are innovating and doing things different.
Yeah. So those who are familiar with Databricks, we are the pioneers of the Lakehouse platform, which is bringing together the centralization of data warehousing and data lakes under one roof. But we also have a kind of advanced cyber SME group. We have a lot of ex-government, ex-Splunk, who have started building things into the platform that make data ingestion at scale easier, as well as detections and automations into the platform based off those data. That we're talking about petabytes worth of data, and not just small terabytes.
And that's huge because, when I look at SIM, when I look at data lakes, when I look at all these things that ingest data, being able to parse it, being able to really ingest it and do all this different things with it, having that capability is huge. So in that space and what you do, as a solutions architect and being what you're able to deliver through Databricks and things of that nature, what would you say is the key factor to being able to get to where you're at and have the knowledge in this space of Databricks, kind of what they do?
Honestly, when I first started Databricks, I didn't know anything about Spark. I didn't know anything about cybersecurity. And the best way I learned was by doing. I built my cybersecurity background by helping one of the largest media and entertainment companies build out their cybersecurity stack, and, learning with them and educating them on all the things Databricks can do.
That's huge because I think when you look at it, being able to learn from the ground up, being able to, no matter where you come from, you can really pick up on the field. So as you were learning, as you were growing in the industry over the past few years, what would you say was the biggest asset to you in being able to learn that?
All of the people around me, and the fact that when you're able to ask questions, they'll give you, very straightforward answers. And if you don't ask questions, you're never going to learn from people who know what they're talking about and the experts in the field.
And that's awesome. And I got one more question here. I don't know if you're going to be able to answer it, but we're going to figure it out. How can you get an entry-level internship for Databricks?
We actually have a pretty robust internship program, usually both from a engineering perspective, and we may even branch out into the Canada headquarters as well.
That's fantastic. I love internships. I think the more internships that are out there, the better. Final question, and this one is for me personally because I always throw it out there. What advice would you give to any newcomer breaking into the cybersecurity space?
Don't be afraid to ask questions. Google is your friend for you to get started, but surround yourself with people who know what they're talking about and experts in the field, and lean on them for your early education, and then grow from that.